How goes it, people? Bringing you one more video covering the Indie Royale bundle for spring, that being the end of April. There are a couple more games in there, but they're pretty simple, so I don't feel like I really need to cover them. This is Depths of Peril, as you can probably see right here. And this is quite an interesting game, actually. Probably easiest if I explain it as I play. So, when you start off, you can create a character. There are 4 classes. This is sort of Diablo 2-esque. There's a warrior, a rogue, a mage, and a priest. I tried warrior last time because, as we all know, if you're playing this type of game, warrior is usually the best way to go if you're a beginner, because it's usually the easiest to play. I kind of want to play a rogue now, so let's try it. So, we can get a random name here. Dorloff, Mar, Hlif, Mod, Sweetie, Kristen, Steinford. Okay. Let's just pick something random. First thing that comes to mind is Shiki, because of type moon. Anyways, you get to name your covenant, which is your guild, essentially. And I really don't care, so we're just going to call it I don't care. Okay, so because my character is level 0, I'm going to set the enemies to level 0. Basically, you can set a handicap. If you set your enemies at level 100 when you're at level 0, that's just really stupid, honestly. And I want this to be a shorter game, so I'm going to set it to 3 enemy covenants, and we'll just put everything on normal. So the game actually generates somewhat of a random world. Let me just go through these tutorial quests really quick, and I'll sort of explain the game as I do that. Basically, this game functions somewhat like an MMO. Sort of. Like, you have an inventory and a character screen and a skills bar, and the combat is very much like an MMO. But it is a single-player only game. Again, I'm just trying to get through these tutorial quests as quickly as possible. Basically, the goal of this game is to become the #1 faction in power. And, oh man, I got a lot of tutorial things down here to read. Let's just go don't show any more help, because I already basically know how to play. You can do quests for people. And the world, I think I said this already, the world is somewhat randomly generated. Somewhat, not completely, but the factions that you get are basically randomly generated as well. They'll have a random name, be in a random location in here somewhere. And like I said, you want to become the #1 faction, #1 covenant, as they're called. And you can sort of accomplish this in a variety of ways. But a big part of the game is actually forging alliances. You don't have to do this, but it's generally a good idea. Right off the bat, these tutorial quests are really annoying. Like, I get what they're trying to do, but it's like, go talk to all the vendors in town. Go activate every single item in your house. Go do every single... You know, it's really annoying, quite honestly, but whatever. It's not a huge deal. But this game is fairly complicated, actually. And it took me... Well, I played through this game in its entirety, or I played through one world, because you can actually take one character through multiple worlds. I played through one world before I, decided I was ready to do a video of it. Okay, so this is the power relation chart. You notice the rankings are here for who has the most power. We are in second place right now. So what I'm going to try and do here is build up a relationship with one of these covenants so that we can hopefully form an alliance somewhere down the road. You notice we're all sort of neutral to each other at this point. Now, I could go about this in a few ways. Basically, I said you want to become the #1 covenant in power. And that's how you win. However, if you have an alliance with another covenant and the other ones are wiped out, you still win. If you're the #1 power, say I was here and my ally was here, then I would get the full reward. However, if my ally was here and I was here, then I could choose a lesser reward, or I could choose to declare war on the guild above me. So basically what I need to decide here is if I want to try and go for one of the weaker ones and take them under my wing, or if I want to befriend one of the more powerful ones. And because I'm going to try and make this short, this video is probably going to be quite a bit longer than the other ones, but I'm going to try and give an idea of just how an entire game progresses. I'm going to go for the gilded coin, because they're the most powerful. Now what you can do is trade items to the other guilds, so I'm going to give 30 copper coins here. And that increases my relation with this guild by a little bit. So you notice now that their relation is 50.4 instead of 50 with me. And the more stuff you give them, the more they'll like you. There, finally done with the stupid tutorial. Okay. Now, you have items that you can equip. Sure, let's equip that. And then inside your base, you have these little pedestals where you can put artifacts, and a bookshelf where you can put books. And basically what these do is they buff your allies, basically. Because part of this game is also raiding. If you declare war on an enemy covenant, you essentially run into their base and try to destroy their life stone here, which I'm sure I will be referring to as Power Crystal when I forget its name later on. Once that's destroyed, the guild is out of commission. So you have to be mindful of defense as well as attack. So you notice the combat is very MMO-ish. You basically point and click, and you automatically attack. Okay, now this right here. Let me just kill this fool real quick. Yeah, the rogue is quite a bit less powerful than the warrior. Hopefully I get some useful skills to balance that. Okay. So this person who was just up there running around, who I'll hopefully find again in a minute, is an enemy hero, basically. I'm the hero for my faction, but the heroes for other factions will actually run around and be doing quests at the same time as you. It's very interesting because it feels like an MMO, like it feels like they're actually human players sort of running around and doing this stuff. Basically, because you gain influence by doing quests, you have to be mindful of the fact that the enemy is basically doing the same thing that you are. Alvdon needs to be rescued. The other thing that's nice about this game is that you will be alerted quests coming up. You don't actually have to go back to town and talk to the NPC for the quest. It'll just, pop up and say, well, like it just did, so-and-so needs to be rescued. I can go find the guy that needs to be rescued, and then turn in the quest later. Who's this? Yeah, I'll rescue you. There you go. Completed that quest. You can sell things to the merchants here. But rather than selling your unwanted goods to the merchants, sometimes it can be a good idea to actually... oh, nope, I want that. Sometimes it's actually a better idea to gift the items that you don't want to another faction. So let's try that again. I'm going to go to these guys. I don't want this large axe, I can't even use it. So I'm going to offer it to them and gain some more relation points with them. And this is, like I said, a big part of the game. If you're trying to build a relationship with another clan, usually a good idea to gift them stuff. And eventually, when their disposition towards you gets high enough, you'll be able to get more advanced stuff, like, what does it say? Monster Slayers has recruited a hero. Okay. So another thing you have to do is recruit heroes to guard your base and aid you in battle. And again, like I said, the opponents are trying to do this at the same time, so you sort of have to be quick about it. As soon as somebody comes up to be able to be recruited, you want to grab them. As far as I can tell, there's not really any penalty doing that. Okay, so recruit to Covenant. There we go. So I got me a hero, which is a good thing. So now, unless I ask this hero to come with me, essentially they will just stay in the Covenant and basically guard it in case any enemies decide to invade. You notice the Gilded Coin is now way down here, even though we started building a relationship with him. It's fine though, because if we do actually form an alliance, we'll actually grow stronger together. Actually, I do kind of like that the rogue attacks very fast. Okay, so... there's another quest in here somewhere. I have to rescue one more dude. Oh, there's another... There are some weird glitches with this game, like it's saying there's a guy here when there actually isn't. Not sure what exactly is up with that, but they don't break the game or anything, so not a big deal. Just kind of odd. Anyways, because questing does actually increase your power, Wandering Vendor. Because the questing, like I was saying, does actually increase your influence and power, you may feel like you're wasting time just running around killing monsters, but you're actually not. Now you do level up in this game, much like in an RPG. I think I've leveled up here. Yeah. So let's add some points to strength and dexterity. And let's go ahead and pick some new skills. So let's see, Viper Venom. Halts momentum drop, 5 damage every 1 second. Yeah, let's go with that. And I can drag that onto my bar here. And it's basically another skill that I can use. Fortunately, these guys are pretty weak, so I don't really have to use it. There should be one more quest in here where I have to rescue somebody. Yeah, I'm actually liking the rogue quite a bit now. Let's see. Anyways, I'm hoping that I can sort of progress through the game fairly quickly and end up showing basically most of the aspects of this game. Just talking about it in general, the more I play it, the more I've come to appreciate it. I didn't really like it at first, probably because I didn't really understand it, but it's a very cool game. And just the whole concept of it I actually like very much, because it is an indie game after all, and I find in my experience, and you can probably think about this and realize that it is basically true, most indie games tend to be casual games with not a lot of depth. Let's see, they want us to give them money for the large axe. I don't really want to do that, but I do want to increase my relationship with them, so I'll just accept it. And then I will trade them for it back, and hopefully, whoops, my numpad is actually set as my Steam community key, so yeah. I'll have to watch doing that. I don't want either of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and offer them. Gain a little bit more relation from that. And eventually what you can actually do, even if you're not in an alliance or anything, you can agree to adventure together, and that'll increase your relationship as well. Anyways, what I was talking about before was this being an indie game and having quite a lot of depth in it, actually. There we go. That quest is done. So we have one more quest that is active, and that is in the desert, so let's head over there. I'm going by the strategy that I use in most games of this sort, and that's to complete as many quests as possible and then turn them all in at the same time. It's a lot more efficient that way. Okay, we just found a relic. Let's go ahead and equip these boots. Now these relics, you can, like I said before, you can put in your base and they give you some sort of effect. So this one does +4 light intensity. I have no idea what that means, but hey, it's probably something good, because otherwise we wouldn't want to have it. I don't know why they would make one that only did a negative effect, so. Since we have no other relics, really, we'll probably go ahead and install that in our base. Anyways, what I was talking about before. I do really appreciate the fact that this game is, has a lot more depth to it than a lot of indie games do. Just the fact that they were willing to put in the effort and they were ambitious enough to try that is pretty cool. And it, you know, it does give off sort of a Diablo 2 vibe. It's not really like, I mean, it sort of is like Diablo 2, but not really. For one, the combat's not nearly as satisfying, but I mean, Diablo 2's combat is just awesome. For some reason, it's just so incredibly satisfying. Oops, nope. There are these dungeons that scare me. Basically have very, very difficult enemies in them, and yeah, don't go in there. Unless you're really high level. Let's see, we got some Greaves just now, didn't we? Oh, I don't have the skill necessary to use it. That's fine. That's fine. Anyways, just the fact that they were ambitious enough to try something like this, you gotta respect them for that, when it would have been really easy to just, you know, throw together a tower defense game or a twin-stick shooter. Funny because in the the Indie Royale bundle for this this time. There were the tower defense game and a couple twin stick shooters. But anyways, not to say those games are bad, but that's a little bit more of a safe way to go when you're finding your game. So the fact that I've played through this game and still don't know everything about it, I like that. I appreciate it. Well, we got some more stuff we don't need, so let's go ahead and gift it. You'll notice the better stuff I give him, the more relation I gain. I just gained 3.9 from that. I found another relic, that's good. You also find these sort of mini boss enemies. Okay, so you notice I'm out of inventory space. However, at any point you can sort of create a gate back to your base and then travel right back. There's no penalty for sort of fast traveling back, which is a good thing, honestly. It wouldn't make the game harder, it would just make the game more annoying otherwise. Let's go ahead and put these relics in. Whatever effect they will apply will be better than having nothing, so I don't really care what they do at this point. Let's see if we can gift anything else to them. Nope. So let's go ahead and sell off the stuff we don't want. Oh, we see we got a diplomacy request. They want a non-aggression pact. They want us to give them stuff. That's fine. I'm okay with this. So now basically, they say they're not going to attack us. And that may not seem like much, however, it is, well, it's on the way to getting the better sort of relations with them. So I definitely want to accept it. This actually works out well for me anyway because I am sort of the more powerful one in this relationship. It's sounding really weird when I'm talking about it. It's like I'm talking about like relationships. Anyways, level 2 priest, I will recruit you. So I've already got 3 people in my my guild covenant. They're called covenants. I'm just going to call them guilds because honestly, that's what they are. I don't know exactly how my enemies are doing at this point, but I seem to be doing fairly well. Soft leather vest, better than what I have. Cool. And I bet that I can gift them this shield. Oh, I can gift them all this stuff. Basically what I found is a good way to go is to just, like I said, befriend one right away. Don't worry so much about money in the beginning. Money's not really that important, but you know, building up alliances and such is very important. Well, I know there's somebody around here somewhere. So here's another one of those glitches where we've got people that aren't actually there. Whatever. trying to get through this as quickly as possible, but when you play this, you are sort of playing the long game. There isn't really any rush through and beat it as quickly as possible. It's not really possible to do that. And let's pick another skill, shall we? Left click will not attack when stealth, must remain unseen. Yeah, I don't know how must remain unseen is going to work in this kind of game, so... No, I can't afford that one. Here's some passive skills. Lethal blow. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll go with that. Oh, there's the fast travel portal for the desert. I don't want to go there, definitely. Lethal blow. Boom. So let's take a look at what we got here. Notice I got my 2 allies here, but they're level 1 and level 2, so not going to be all that helpful, honestly. Still looking for that guy that I'm supposed to kill. Basically what's going to happen is, that might be who I need to kill. Lethal blow. Yes. Boom. Is that the one I needed? Yep. Okay. 17 armor, not bad. Let's go ahead and gift this to them. It's also 17 armor, but I can't use it. So guess what? You can have it. Potentially, I believe you could actually win this by forming alliances with all of the other guilds, but it's sort of difficult to do because a lot of times as you become closer with one guild, the other ones will like you less, so doesn't always work out. Oh, we got a recruiting quest here. I have to kill 8 pixies, and I have 20 seconds to do it. Yeah, sometimes these are really, really difficult. Pixies, somewhere, please. Come on. There's one. There's no way. Yeah, failed it. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. Sometimes you get pretty easy ones, like, you know, you have 8 minutes to do something, and every once in a while you get these ones where like, you have 20 seconds to complete this quest, otherwise you can't recruit this person. It's sort of odd, but whatever. Hold on, who we got here? See, this is an enemy hero. Go ahead and sell this stuff that I don't need. Okay. So I'm not going to worry about that recruiting quest. sort of more trouble than it's worth. You'll notice also that the weather and the day-night cycle goes in real time, which is sort of weird. Like, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything, and I guess it's kind of neat. It's just sort of odd that they bothered to do that. Turning in all these quests is going to greatly increase our influence. I'm just going to abandon that failed quest. Got some more points to spend here. And new skills, yep. Precise strike. Let's try and do the stealth thing. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I'm all stealthy like. Interesting. So at the Beastmaster you can trade for guards, basically, who you put in your base to help defend it. I'm not going to bother with that right now. In the meantime, we've got more quests to do. However, you notice one of them I actually already did, so I just had to go back and grab the quest, and then I automatically completed it. Again, very nice feature. Okay, so this quest takes place inside the forest. Diplomacy request. Mutual Protection Pact. Yes, thank you. So basically what that means is that if either of us gets attacked, the other is obligated to come to their aid. So if I get attacked, that group is going to come help me, which is good. Again, we're on our way towards an alliance. An alliance is basically, you know, if one of you goes to war, the other one does as well. And what I might be able to do at this point, we'll have to see. I might be able to invite their hero to adventure with me. So let's go ahead and give them these, because I don't need them. Go back, let's see, our relationship now is at 73.3, which is pretty good. So I'm going to go adventure together. And they say, yeah, good trade. Even though it's not really a trade, but whatever. And now, their hero is going to venture with us and aid me in combat. And as we go through and fight, the relationship between two guilds will actually increase. So just from, you know, just from the fighting together, you'll actually increase your alliance with them. However, your relationship with the other guilds will actually go down over time. There's somebody in here who I need to rescue. My plan at this point, by the way, I think I mentioned this, but I'm basically going to try and get through an entire world, as it were. It should happen pretty quickly once things start rolling. This video might be up to like an hour long, though. Hopefully not too much longer than that. But I would like to sort of show off most of the aspects of the game, like I said. And as soon as I'm able to actually secure an alliance with this other guild, I think we will go to war. Okay, I kind of want to try out the stealth thing. Sneaky, sneaky, stabby, stabby. Boom! Okay, so it does like extra damage. That's kind of cool. I don't know how useful that actually is, but whatever. We got a mage. Is this who I'm supposed to rescue? Yep. Alright, so we have another quest in the Wastelands and one in the Amber Meadows. So we're going to need to go this way. So I've pretty much been talking about what I like about the game. What do I not like about the game? Well, quite honestly, I don't like the graphics. I mean, yes, they look old school, but it's not really in a good way. Like, you can tell the difference between when a game uses sort of an old school or retro graphic style because they wanted to, and then there's when they use it because they don't have the resources to, you know, do otherwise. And to me, this seems like the latter. This seems to me like they didn't have the budget, or they didn't have, you know, staff who were good at 3D modeling or texture work to sort of make the graphics a little better. Because basically what I'm trying to say is they don't really look retro, they just look dated. And that's my opinion, obviously, so if you like the graphics, that's cool. But the textures are a little bit too bright, and everything's just a little bit too low resolution, in my opinion. The thing is, they're not bright enough to be like a cartoony style, because the rest of the graphics are done in sort of this more serious looking style. Like, basically they look like Morrowind's graphics, and that's not really a compliment. As much as I love Morrowind, its graphics were not very good. And obviously keeping in mind this game came out far after Morrowind. Diplomacy request, 1 crystal. Gee, thanks. Better than nothing. Basically, if they're willing to give you stuff, it means that they're either, you know, afraid of you, or they're happy with you, so... good stuff. Don't need that, so you can have it. Or rather, I want to bolster our relationship, so I'm going to give you this item that I actually really want, but I think you should have it. Yeah, that's totally what I meant. What am I doing in here again? Rescuing somebody. Oh, found another relic. That's good. Now, because you can actually play the same character through multiple worlds, there's quite a bit of replay value here. Granted, I haven't done this yet, but because no two games are really exactly the same, there will actually be a reason to play through again, assuming you like the game, obviously. And I do, so I might actually find myself coming back to this more often than I find myself coming back to most indie games. Wow, 24 defense is pretty good. Too bad I can't use it. Here, have all this crap. So let's see how we're doing here. We're at 77.8 relation. Let's see if they want an alliance. Nope. Trade route. Nope. It's all good. I don't completely remember what the trade routes do. I think it's something to the effect of you both gather resources and such. They don't seem to be incredibly crucial. This person's about to die. I better hurry here. Be rescued. Okay, and our last quest is in the Amber Meadows, which is this way. Who the heck is this? Level 2 warrior. Yes, I will recruit you. Sometimes they will just randomly show up in the wilderness, Sometimes they will actually show up in town and have a quest like that other guy. But nobody cares about him. He's far too high maintenance. Whoa. Just found some new knives. Let's see if they're better than what I have. So you see this quest just popped up. Town needs more engraved stones. So if I find engraved stones, I can take them back. 4.4 DPS. Yes, please. And guess what? You can have these, because I don't want them. So I'm going to try and find the little fast travel thing for this area before I move on. More people that aren't actually here. Sneaky, sneaky, stabby, stabby. Nope, he saw me. So there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of difference between the classes. Obviously the mage is going to use magic, and the monk is going to, or what's it called, priest is going to be, have some healing stuff, but the warrior and the rogue play very similarly, although they do have different skills, obviously. They would like to give us some influence. Why, thank you. Things are going pretty smoothly, so I think this could potentially be over fairly quick. Searching dead body. There's one thing RPGs have taught us how to do. It's disrespect the dead. There's the gate. You also notice that adventuring with 2 people is far easier than adventuring with 1, for obvious reasons. Okay, we should be able to find a gate in here that'll take us to the Amber Meadows, where we can finish the next quest. Notice the further you get out, the stronger the enemies become. So watch out for that. Oh, I forgot about these things. These things are so obnoxious. They actually split into more enemies, and it's really annoying. Okay, so it just says there's a warrior who's ready to be recruited. That usually means that they're back in town. I'm not too worried about that at this point, though. I'm just going to try and finish my quests first, and then if I can go back and recruit them, that's good. Yep, just have to kill a bunch more of those things. One thing that's kind of weird is that when you go to use a skill, you have to actually hit the hotkey. You can't just click it, otherwise it won't work. I don't know what the deal is with that. Like, I can understand if you were in your skill menu and it tried moving around, but I don't know. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet because I haven't had to, but when you die, you get resurrected, and your health crystal, or whatever the heck the thing is called, basically takes a little bit of damage. And as I said before, if that thing gets destroyed, you lose. So you don't want to just keep dying over and over, but if you just die once, it's really not that big a deal. All the way up to 79.4 relation with these guys. Getting better. Now if you look on the map, this area is actually pretty huge. I haven't really gone out much further than like here when I've played this, but it seems like it goes out a long way. And I assume that when you're playing higher difficulty worlds with more factions and such, that might actually be important. Dark Knight, a Stars Clan hunter has been spotted in Wayward Desert. Wayward Desert. No idea where that is. Basically that means it's a quest, right? But I don't know where that is, so I'm not gonna bother. Yes, these things are just really obnoxious. Let's go stand over here for a minute. Go all stealthy like. Oh, nope, somebody saw me. Killing blow! Yes. It's quite a bit of damage, doesn't it? Okay, so I see the gate back, but there's one of these guys here, and I hate those guys, honestly. Oh yeah, I can just use the gate to travel back here for a minute and heal myself. In the meantime, let's see if I can trade anything else to them. Whoops. You can have that, because I don't want it. We'll go hit up the vendor really quick. Sell off all this crap that we don't need. Like this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Buy some more healing. And we're good to go. You notice the enemies are sort of waiting here for us, but it's not a big deal. Don't you just love enemies that split into smaller enemies? Isn't that just such an awesome game mechanic that should be in everything? Oh well. Whoa, we got a boss here. Or mini boss. Two crystals, why thank you. Thanks for the crystals, you can have the shield that I don't want. Go ahead and turn in our quests. It does seem a little bit slow-paced, and it kind of is, but believe me, it is quite fun. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my quests, and then we'll see where we stand at that point. Oh, we got a recruiting quest here. I might have to try that out. We have to kill one Torva shaman in the low desert. Shouldn't be a problem because we have 4 minutes to do it. That'll get us one more ally, so all in all sounds like a good deal. That looks like our guy right there, actually. So as you can see, some of the recurring quests will wind up being pretty easy. You can take those, but I do want that relic. In fact, we'll go ahead and put it up here right now. I don't know if there's a maximum to the number of recruits you can have. I think there must be, but I'm not completely sure. And I'm going to go ahead and reject their offer because I don't care about them. Oh, apparently I have to kill a couple more guys in that one quest. One moment. That is here. Basically, when it says this not enough momentum thing with the... Oops. With the warrior, it'll say not enough rage. It's this little bar up here underneath my health. It basically goes up as you do damage and such. It's like a rage bar or a special bar that fills up as you go. And you use it to execute special moves. Another relic. Very cool. Alright, there's the quest done. Let's head back. See what this relic does. Oops. Relic of Strength. Yeah, that sounds useful. And can I gift anything more to them? Yes, I can. So now we're sitting at 80.4, and let's see if I can get an alliance with these guys. Yep. Awesome. So we're in an alliance now. One of us goes to war, the other one is obligated to help. Which is a very good thing for us. So now would be a good time to go ahead and declare war on another guild. First off, I'm going to go ahead and turn this quest in. And I'm going to go ahead and sell a few things here. Forgot I can't sell to that person. Where's the merchant? There it is. I'll go ahead and buy this extra book to put up on my bookshelf. Give my guys some extra buffs. Alright. So I think it may be time to declare war on the Monster Slayers. They don't care much for that. But maybe we can sweeten the deal a little bit. How would you like 19,400 and... hit my Steam key again, 490 influence, and 62 crystals. Nope? Okay. How about a raid on somebody? No? Well, I'm going to try and speed up the process here. They may not like it, but let's see. Well, let's go check out both of these. Okay, first of all, we're going to stop our shared adventure real quick here. And I'm going to take my 3rd level warrior with me. And we're going to go check out the other 2 covenants over here and see which one looks like they're more powerful. These guys have 2 elite guards. Guards, however, do not respawn when they die, so the fact that they only have 2 guards is sort of a good thing. No, over this way. As for these guys, they have 1 guard. This is which guild? The Brotherhood of Steel. So what we're going to do here is Declare war on the Brotherhood of Steel. Diplomacy request. Peace treaty with the Brotherhood of Steel? Nope. Because their heroes aren't home, we can basically just attack their crystal here. There they come. And remember again, every time one of their heroes dies, their crystal will lose a little bit of health. So, again, even if you feel like you're getting nowhere, you actually are. And you'll notice I'm also getting more influence with the other guild that I'm all buddy-buddy with. So this is essentially guild versus guild, I guess you might call it. Not terribly in depth, but it works. One thing I have to say, this game would be very, very cool as a multiplayer game, but there's no multiplayer component at all, and I can understand why. I mean, what is an indie company going to host servers? I mean, obviously they could do it through LAN, but I don't know. That'd be quite a bit of extra stuff to work on, so I can understand completely why they wouldn't have that. Now, because I was able to sort of get the drop on these guys as far as questing and such, I'm quite a bit stronger than all of them. Meaning they really don't stand a chance against me. In fact, I just noticed I can level up again. Let's go ahead and try Precise Strike. Is this a passive skill? No. Oh man, these guys do not stand a chance. Unfortunately, because I'm so far ahead of my allies in power, we're not really going to have to worry about fighting them at the end. Nope. So I could just turn daytime or something. Or maybe that was lightning. I don't know. Like I said, the graphics aren't the best. Not even going to bother attacking him because the crystal's almost dead. See ya. Let's see if they want a trade route. No. Declare war on monster slayers. No. That's fine. Let's go back and regroup at base real quick. Right after we go over to the merchant here. The merchant is actually up here. Doesn't have any more fruit for healing. Not a big deal. Looks like we got another guy available to be recruited. Kill one Stittrack in the Cross Caverns, which is underneath the Barren Lands. Okay, we can try it. For this quest, what I'm going to want to do is remove this guy from the party and see if I can get them to adventure with me again. Cool. Hopefully this will let me get another recruit. So we need to go to the Barren Lands. Let's go here. And we can run back through here. I'm not going to bother with these enemies right now because I need to hurry. These guys, however, are pretty weak, so... Okay, so I'm looking for an underground passage of sorts. Let's go ahead and raid this corpse real quick. Just like a true hero would do. 5.0 DPS, better than what we have. DPS, for people who've never played an RPG before, means damage per second. And fortunately this game actually will tell you that. It's in the stats. Probably gate around here somewhere. It actually might have been easier if I decided to find the gate first and then accept the quest. But there's always the possibility that he'll get taken by another clan, so hopefully this works out. It might not. It doesn't really matter. I'm so far ahead of the other guilds in power right now that it's really not a big deal. That is way for. Cheap way to slowly drain mana. Oh, was that the quest? Apparently it was. Okay then. These are 3 armor versus 5 armor, but they do +8 attack, so we'll go ahead and equip those. There's like some sort of enemy in town right now killing NPCs or something. I don't know what that's all about. Let's find out. All the NPCs are being killed. What is going on? Get out of here. Oh, we killed the dude I was going to recruit. Resurrecting Covenant? Sweet. Well, might as well take all the stuff from the guys who died. Oh, nope, says he wasn't recruited and has died. That sucks. So... okay, that's really weird. I've never seen that before. Okay. Probably should have kept that so I could trade it. How's our relation looking? 94, so... let's see if I can get them to declare war on the Monster Slayers. No. They don't want 50,000 influence? What about 199 crystals? What about... Well, yeah, getting them to declare war with another faction is kind of hard to do. However, I'm looking really good as far as things that I have right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill the other faction and end this game. It's been going on for quite a while. Go ahead and you can leave. And we'll take this dude with us again. The other base is this way. Now the other option I actually have is to try and make an alliance with them. In fact, let's try that, because I haven't actually tried that before. Nope. They don't very much like us, do they? Convince them to break a treaty with the gilded coin. Okay. Hold on. Do they have a treaty? Okay, let's check out the influence. Okay, well let's try it here. Oh, that would be us breaking a treaty. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So let's go, let's try an alliance. We'll demand it. And they say no, so we're gonna wipe these guys out. See you guys. Now you die. I'm gonna go ahead and focus on their guards first. Again, they don't resurrect. And because I'm about to finish this map, what I'm going to actually do is see if I can get these guys to come in and raid the Monster Slayers. And I'm going to trade them a lot of stuff for it. So let's say 88,464 and 129 crystals. No? Really? They don't want all that for a raid? Okay, well, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm still gonna win either way. Take that, Loki. What do they got here? They want to give us stuff? Okay. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop attacking you. Poison skill is actually very useful. Does 10 damage every second. Or it does 5 damage every second right now, but if I level it up it'll do 10. See if I can stealth out here real quick. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and stealth. And then see if I can backstab this guy. For massive damage. Didn't really do that much extra damage, actually. Whatever. Honestly, playing this, I think this would be so much more fun as a multiplayer game. But it holds up pretty well as a single-player game. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. This is my basically third time, not quite third time, but basically third time playing through a world. Second time I didn't go all the way through, but I like this game quite a bit. It's sort of a what you see is what you get kind of thing. It's pretty complicated, and I've done my best to sort of explain the basics of it while not going into super detail on everything. Running out of healing here, but it doesn't seem to be that big a deal. Keep trying to gift us stuff, but I'm not stopping the attack. I'll accept their tribute, but I'm not stopping the attack. See ya. It's getting to the point where I could probably attack the crystal directly, but I'll just keep going for them, just to make it a little bit more fair. Who am I kidding? It's over. Now, obviously, it's also possible for guilds to attack you, but since I'm just playing everything on normal difficulty, it's not very likely. I don't have quests open. My little quest icon down here was blinking like I had something, but I guess not. So if you're not into MMO-style combat, this is probably not your thing. But it is an RPG after all. Let's see if they want to raid them now. What if I give you a lot of influence, like that much? Really? 90? Oh, 9750. And say 350 crystals. Nope, I still don't like that. That's cool, that's cool. It's your guys' loss. I'm gonna emerge victorious and feel all awesome. About to die here, but not a big deal. I'll just respawn. Wow, I might actually get through this whole thing without taking a death. That'd be rather cool. And there you have it. World conquered. Now you'll notice I still get a reward, even though I've basically beaten this world. That is because, as I've said, you can carry over your character to other worlds. This world is done, however, I can continue sort of running around it and farming XP and stuff. I can also put things into, oh, the NPCs are being... What the... Someone has set up traps in town, so I beat the game, but I also died. That's cool. Anyways, that is essentially one world being played. Now, granted, this is everything on normal difficulty. and the minimum number of enemies, so this one was fairly short considering how this game works. Matches can potentially go on for a lot longer. But that was Depths of Peril. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's probably a little bit more fragmented and obviously a lot longer than most of the videos I do covering these games, but I thought it was probably more effective to actually just play through the game than just try to, oh, I didn't realize there was a large rewards chest in the middle. Anyways, I figured it was probably better to just play it than try to describe it. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. Wow, that looks pretty good. 3 to 15, 11.2 DPS. Yeah. I don't have enough dexterity to use it yet, but assuming I continue playing this character, I will eventually. This is better than what I have. This is not better than what I have. This other stuff I can't use, so I can equip that and sell the stuff that I don't need. I'm gonna keep those though. So here's really quickly. Basically, to put things in your shared storage, you throw them in a bag. Right up to the shared stash, and then you can throw that in here. Or yeah, there we go. Whatever. Apparently I don't understand how it works. But basically, that was the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it's part of the Indie Royale bundle. And it's a good game. It's actually $15 on Steam normally, so picking up the Indie Royale bundle at $5 to $7 is a great deal, even if you only want this game. I would recommend you check it out because it's awesome, assuming you're into this kind of thing. This will be the last video I do covering the Indie Royale bundle for the end of April 2012. There are a couple days left on that bundle, so feel free to yeah, check it out. Also, watch my cursor. This guy has gigantic lips. Isn't that hilarious? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it, and I'll be back next time with something new, hopefully. So until then, thanks for watching.